Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be able to offer you this class, and thank you so much to Lion's Roar. Well, if you're anything like me, you've had a roller coaster kind of relationship with your body throughout most of your life. We get a lot of outside messages from sources that care about us, our mothers, our aunts, our friends, and those that don't care about us, like the fashion industry. Thank goodness for yoga. I started practicing yoga when I was 18, and it's been a huge gift to me. It hasn't been a total cure for my body image challenges, but it has been a tried and true method for making friends with my body at every stage of my adult life. Yoga is so vast. It's an ocean, and truly it offers something for everyone. Today, we'll be working with specific asanas, yoga poses, which can be helpful for resting, relaxing, or gathering your energy together, building muscular strength, building bone strength. It can be helpful for stress, insomnia, mood swings, anxiety, fatigue, and more. And what's so endlessly interesting to me about practicing yoga is that what we do, what poses we do, and in what order we do them, all of this matters. But it's not just what we do that is important. It's also how we do what we do that is really crucial. For example, if you're tired one day, maybe you're going through menopause and you had insomnia the night before, or you're having your period and you're just feeling drained, you might feel like you want to take it easy in your yoga practice, but you'd still like to do something. Or you might have a gut feeling that it would feel good to actually use some effort, work a little bit in your practice, and that maybe that would give you some good energy. Either way, you can do the same asana in the same sequence, but how you do what you do really will matter. And the most important thing of all is that you get to decide. I'm going to be talking about how to practice and not practice yoga when you're having your period and when you're going through perimenopause and menopause. But as you know, it's different for every woman. And that can be frustrating sometimes because there's a lot of information and a lot of it is conflicting. But one thing I think that can help all of us is integrating the practice of mindfulness into our yoga practice. This is how we can tune into where we are today. You can start to notice what you're actually feeling, and you can also notice how you're feeling about what you're feeling. So we're going to begin our practice session with a mindfulness exercise that relates to our body. But first, I want to talk a little bit about how to work with yoga during your menstrual cycle and menopause. For those of you that are yogis, you probably know there's a long tradition in yoga that tells us that women were not to practice yoga during their period or really any time during a hormonal transition. And if you did practice, you were strongly advised not to do inversions, which means a headstand or handstand, or jumps, or even standing poses, that was too energetic. So, over the many decades that I've been teaching yoga, I have worked with many women during their menstrual cycle and during perimenopause and menopause. And since I started yoga when I was 18, I have been practicing yoga during all these phases. And there are a lot of reasons why these kinds of restrictions were advised for women. Personally, I have no doubt that one of the reasons was that men thought women were unclean and should not be in a yoga classroom with men at all, let alone if they're having their period. They also said that you shouldn't do anything to prevent the natural direction of your menstrual flow. But going upside down doesn't change the direction of your menstrual flow any more than it changes the direction of all the rest of your blood that's circulating through your body. If it did, we would never go upside down in yoga. As far as not doing anything stressful when you're having your period, well, by far, most of the women I know who have done yoga during their period told me that was the one thing that really made them feel better. Think about it. Most of us women don't get to take a vacation when we're having our period or where we're in any phase of menopause. We're still going to work. We're walking up flights of stairs. We're grocery shopping. We're caring for our children. We're caring for our parents. We're making presentations to our board of directors. Why shouldn't we do one of the things that really makes us feel good and that makes us feel most like ourselves? All of these experiences, these transitional hormonal experiences, are very powerful. And sometimes you can feel like it's your whole identity. I'm having my period. That's like your whole story. It's so intense sometimes. Or I am a menopausal woman, with all the cultural baggage that's attached to that. So we can work with yoga as a therapy of sorts, but it's also a homecoming. Each one of these phases, from having your period all the way through menopause, these are huge, big changes in our body and our life. You are changing, but you're still you. In fact, we're always changing anyway. It's so easy to think, well, when I get back to the way I was before, or the weight I was before, or the strength I had before, or the shape I had before, or when I get to the other side of these menopausal symptoms, then I'll be me again. But you're always you. And we women, we're like yoga. We're oceans. We have tides. We ebb and flow. We're many things. And we experience many feelings throughout our life. And throughout all of our life, the practices of mindfulness and yoga can help us ride these waves with our good body, our open heart, and our clear mind. So let's begin our practice. I'm going to get up and walk over to my mat, and we will be using some props. So in the meantime, maybe you can gather your props. We'll be using 2 yoga blocks, 1 or 2 bolsters. If you don't have yoga blocks, that's okay. If you don't have a bolsters, you can use cushions from your couch or some pillows. And we'll also be using a couple of blankets. So just get what you can and do your best. Okay, here we are on the yoga mat. And we're going to start lying down on the back. So go ahead and lie down on your back. I'm going to stay sitting up so I can make sure that my voice is covered well for you. But lie down in any way that's comfortable. You can even put a little folded blanket under your neck, under your head if you'd like to. We're going to do a mindfulness exercise. Mindfulness means placing the mind. And mindfulness meditation means consciously placing the mind. So in this exercise, which is called the body scan, we're going to consciously place our mind on different parts of the body, and I'll guide you through it, to just see what you're feeling, what's going on in your body, and kind of checking in with what you're bringing to the practice right at the beginning. So lying on your back, you can take your arms out to your sides just a little bit, palms up. Relax your legs. Take a breath in and a breath out. And begin to gather your mind, gather your attention onto your feet. Just tuning in to see if you feel anything. If there's tightness, if there's an itch, whatever you notice is fine and interesting, including feeling nothing. And then begin to draw your mind up your shins and up to your knees. And just see what you're feeling there. And now move your attention up the fronts of your thighs, your quadriceps. And all the way up to your hips. Notice what you're feeling in your belly. Maybe you're tight there, maybe you can relax. And then up to your chest. And noticing the nice width of your collarbones. And then come up to your throat and see if you can relax your tongue. Notice what's happening in your jaw, your lips, all around your cheeks and your nose, your eyes. See if you have any sensations between your eyebrows and your forehead. And start to travel your attention up over the top of your head, down the back of your skull onto your neck. And if you feel like moving a little bit, that's okay too. And then let your attention go down the backs of your shoulders and the back of your arms, your triceps down to your elbows, and along the back of your forearms and the back of your hands, even your fingernails. And then begin to travel your mind into your palms, a little bit softer, warmer area, and your tender inner wrists. And then notice if you're feeling anything on your inner arms or inner elbows, up along your biceps and even your armpits. And from here, slide your mind back around to the top of your back body. Shoulder blades, you can feel them against the floor. What's that feel like today? And then let your mind travel down your waist, along your pelvis and your buttocks, which you can feel against the floor. Just noticing. And then down the back of the legs, the backs of your knees, your calves against the floor. Maybe you can feel your ankles and your heels. And we're back at our feet. And from here, you can wiggle your toes a little bit, wiggle your fingers, roll onto your right side, and then use your hands to walk yourself up to sitting. Let your head dangle until you come all the way up. We're going to sit up. You can choose if you'd like to sit with your legs crossed or tucked under, and I'll show you those variations. I'm sitting on a folded blanket, and that allows my hips to be a little higher than my knees. So if you find when you're sitting that your knees are up, just sit up higher. Use 2 blankets or a bolster. If you don't like to sit like this, you can sit like this. And you can even put a block underneath your seat, like this. So take a moment to find what's workable for you, what's comfortable for you. We'll be sitting here for a little while, not really too long, but a little while. So make sure that it really is workable. No need to be ambitious about that. Good. Place your palms on your thighs. Close your eyes. And once again, begin to gather your mind, gather your attention. And this time we'll consciously place the mind on the feeling of the breath. Try not to change your breath, ordinary, non-manipulated breathing, just tuning in to the feeling of your breath. Where do you feel it? Where don't you feel it? Whatever you notice is fine and interesting. And just keep letting your attention be with the breath. If your mind strays, that's perfectly fine. You just come and begin again. And I want to talk a little bit about the breath as you're focusing on the breath. All the breathing in yoga is done in and out through the nose. The nose is designed for this. We have little cilia or little hairs in our nose, and when hot air comes in, the hairs will cool the breath before it goes in the body, and if it's cold air, it will warm it before it goes in the body. So all breath is done in and out of the nose. All the breath also goes into the lungs. So you may have heard the term belly breathing, and I just want to talk about this briefly because I think it's a little confusing. It's not possible to breathe into your belly. Your lungs are not in your belly. Your lungs are above that. So as you're breathing right now, bring your hands to the bottom ribs. And just keep paying attention to your breath, but feel your ribs. And they go all the way around to the back. You might not be able to reach all the way around, but they do connect to your spine. And then they come back around, and then they go up a little bit here to your sternum. And basically, when you're tracing this, you're tracing your diaphragm, which is a horizontal muscle. And when we breathe in, the diaphragm goes down. And it displaces the lower abdominal organs, and the belly goes out a little bit. It's very natural. And when you exhale, the diaphragm goes up almost like an umbrella, and the belly goes in. So when we're doing our ordinary breathing in and out of the lungs, we will feel a response in the belly. But if you try to breathe into your belly, which is happening with some people, that it starts to create discomfort in your abdomen. You can create digestive discomfort. You can start to harden the fascia around the organs. You can get constipated. You can just be bearing down by trying to breathe there. So try to avoid that. Breathe in through the lungs. Feel the diaphragm moving the belly, and breathe out. But try not to push into the belly. So the breath is really very subtle. We don't work with the breath the way we work with the muscles and bones. We have very subtle lung tissue. And so we have to pay close attention. We're going to deepen the breath a little bit. On your own, drawing in a little more breath. And extending a little bit more. See if you can pay attention to this like it's the most interesting thing you've ever done. If your mind strays, no problem, just come back again. Now we're going to begin to organize the breath into what's called samavriti, which means equal fluctuation. We'll breathe in and out for an equal length of time, and that will be a count of 5. And I'll talk you through it. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. Breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. One more time. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe naturally. And take a moment to just check in with that. Observe the effects of that small breathing practice. You can do that anywhere, anytime. Extend your arms out to the side. And we'll inhale for 4 counts. Inhale, arms up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, down. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. This time, inhale, arms all the way up and side bend to the right. Nice and easy. Inhale all the way back up and side bend to the other side. Inhale all the way up. This time, twist to the right. Place your left hand on your right knee and your right hand behind you on the floor. Look all the way over your right shoulder. As you breathe in, you can maybe lengthen a little bit, and as you exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale, let's untwist. And exhale, twist to the left. Right hand on your left knee, left hand on the floor behind you. Look all the way over your left shoulder. Notice what you're looking at. Inhale, untwist. We'll do that one more time. Side bend. Inhale all the way up, nice long side body. Over to the other side. Inhale all the way up. Twist to the right. See everything behind you. Untwist. Exhale, twist to the left. See everything behind you. This time, backstroke your arms. Good. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. Backstroke your arms, fingertips to the floor. Lift your chest. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, sit all the way up and bring your hands to the floor in front of you. You can take out whatever you're sitting on. And shift your weight forward, or however it works for you. Come onto your hands and knees. If you have blocks, you can place them right here at the front of your mat. And we'll be using those in a minute. Good. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. And from here, let your spine sink. Just really take a moment to let the spine absorb into the body. And then begin to curl the pelvis under. Ripple through the spine. Let your head be the last thing to drop. Keep your head down. Begin to spin your seat up. Ripple through the spine. And head is the last thing to come up. We'll do that a few more times. As you curl under, this is an exhale. It creates the exhale, really. And as you spin the seat up and come into a back bend, it creates an inhale. 2 more times, curling under. And then sinking the spine to look up. From here, come to a neutral spine. Just for a moment, touch your sternum, and then replace your hand to the floor. Reach your other hand around and touch your tailbone, and replace your hand to the floor. And now try to reach those 2 places away from each other. Tuck your right toe under and extend it long on the floor. Really reaching back, but the sternum is still reaching forward. And then bring your knee down. Left toe tucks under and reaches long, and the chest reaches forward. We're going to keep that leg there and add the other one. Come into a plank. I'm going to count to 5, but you can do it for 1 count, whatever you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring your left knee down. And now roll the right leg out. You see how my foot is? I'm going to reach that whole baby toe side of the foot down. This other foot is pressing down as well. From there, the right arm reaches up. So this work we're doing right now is strength work, and it's good for preventing osteoporosis, or if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, it's good for that. Circle your right arm over, place it on your block if you have it, and then roll the chest and the back leg up. So here we are. Both hands are on the blocks. Take a breath in, and then step your right foot to the outside of your block. If that is not available to you, maybe your foot gets here, you can pick it up and put it there. That's fine. And we're just going to rock forward a little bit. Really just a little bit. We're not going into a big old stretch right now. Just kind of making some warmth, getting a little movement going. It's really, important in our yoga practice and working with our bodies to remember, you don't have to go to the end point ever, or certainly not at first. Just sort of finding out what's going on. And the next time you rock back, bring your leg back. Good. Move your blocks a little bit forward, hands on the floor. We're going back into plank again. Okay, one leg, other leg, 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring your right knee down. Left leg comes down. Reach through the baby toe. So both feet are reaching down. Left arm comes up. Everything that's touching the floor, your right hand, your right foot, your left foot are pressing down, and that creates up. That allows you to reach up with your left hand. Lengthen the left hand all the way over onto your block. Rotate your chest to be facing forward. Breathe in. Exhale, step your foot to the outside of your block as best you can. And rock back and forth. Nice and easy. Curiosity and kindness. That's what we're going for in our practice. Okay, a couple more. And then swing your leg back. You can move your blocks forward. We'll do a little walking meditation. Right hand comes back. So it's a hand walking meditation. Left hand comes back. Right knee, left knee. Right hand, left hand. Right knee, left knee. Tuck your toes under. And again, just a little, very gentle rocking. Make sure that you're not letting the weight pour into your wrists. Press under your fingernails to distribute the weight throughout your hands. And the next time you rock back, rock your hands all the way back, and we'll just come right up to standing. Or stand up any way that works for you. We're going to do a walking meditation. Left hand. Place the left thumb in the palm of the left hand and wrap your fingers around that. Bring your right hand around that fist, right thumb on top. Bring that just below your belly button. And we'll walk to the front of the mat, nice and slow, tuning into the feeling of every footstep. You can also do this anywhere. You could do it outside, maybe a little faster, so you don't feel strange in public. I'm going to turn to face you, but you can stay facing sideways at the front of your mat. Bring your arms down by your sides. Bend your knees and bring your arms up. So this is what it looks like from this side. If your arms are bent, it's hard to make them go up, you can go wider. All that is fine. As you exhale, stand all the way up, place your hands on your hips, and lift your heel up, lift your right heel up, just like that. Bring your heel down and back into this pose. This is called Utkatasana. Ut means effort, but it doesn't have to be effortful. Effort can just be part of the story. Stand all the way up and lift your left heel. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up, hands on your hips, and right heel lifts. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, left heel lifts. Left heel lifts. Inhale, Utkatasana. So we're working on our feet, getting circulation into the feet. Supports the whole body. Left heel up. One more time, Utkatasana. This time, as you stand up, look straight ahead and see if you can lift your right foot up off the floor. So we're working on strengthening our bones, finding our balance, and then come back into Utkatasana. Stand all the way up. Left leg comes up, reaching down. Whoa. Falling is sometimes part of it. Reaching down with your right leg to stand up on your left. Lift your left leg up. Utkatasana. Place your hands on your hips now in your Utkatasana. And step your right leg back, but think about your chest reaching forward like we did before. Similar to what we did on hands and knees. Try to get your spine vertical here. Arms up. Look straight ahead. Both legs are working evenly. But you don't have to work too hard. Try to find that sweet spot for you. Just enough effort, not too much. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we're going to open into Warrior Two. You'll probably have to scooch your straight leg out a little bit here. Good. Breathe in. As you exhale, straighten your left leg. Inhale, bend it. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Place your forearm on your thigh and take your top arm all the way over your ear. Take a look at my arm. It's really straight. We want to have a feeling of a straight line from fingertips of the right hand to toes of the right foot, not curving like that. Breathe into your lungs. In and out through your nose. One more breath. Place your hand on your hip. Reach down to get one of your blocks. And we'll come all the way up to standing. Turn your feet so both feet are pointing forward. All your toes are pointing forward. Hold on to your block and bring it above your head. Press as hard as you can. So both hands, arms are straight, and you're pushing into your block. That's it. And if you feel that your arms are in front of your ears, maybe you can move them back, and maybe you'll do that tomorrow. Press, 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 press. Good. Now take the block in your right hand. Oh, bend your right leg. Place the block on the floor. So here we are now in Warrior Two on the other side. Breathe in. As you exhale, straighten your right leg. Inhale, bend it. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, pressing down to get tall. Reaching up through the crown of the head as you bend. Two more times. Lengthen and bend. Lengthen and bend. Forearm on your thigh. Top arm over your ear. Reaching left baby finger and left baby toe away from each other. Find your breath. One more breath. Place your hand on your hip. Take hold of your block. Come all the way up to standing. And once again, both feet parallel, toes pointing forward. This time, same thing. Pushing into your block, but right out in front of you. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. You want to make sure you're not reaching forward like this. Draw your arm bones back into the shoulder sockets. And press. At the same time, lift all your toes up. Spread your toes wide, and then press them back into the floor. Breathe in. As you exhale, we're going to fold over. You might want to bend your knees. That's totally fine. And put your block on the floor. If you want to, if it's hard for you to bend forward, put your block up higher like this. Fingertips to the floor, and your head will be on your block. If that's not happening, you can use 2 blocks and try that. So we're doing a pose now, straddle forward bend, which is good for fatigue, when you feel exhausted, when you've had insomnia, or when you're stressed out. If you can get your forehead on a pillow, a bolster, a block, something like that, and try to use that slight pressure, you don't want to smush, slight pressure to draw your forehead skin down towards your eyebrows. That will be most restful for you. So try that. And again, Rome wasn't built in a day. Just see what's available to you today. Breathe in. Walk your hands back toward the front of your mat. So here you are in this low lunge. This is how we started on with our arms up. Good. Step forward, fold over. This is also good for when you feel exhausted, when you feel fatigued. And you can bend your knees. You can bring your blocks up higher so that your spine is pouring out of your legs as much as you can. And then round all the way up to standing. Just stand here for a moment. See how you're feeling. And here we go again, Utkatasana. Place your hands on your hips. This time step your left leg back into a lunge. Good, and we took the arms up, so we'll do that one more time. A couple of breaths here. And now place your hands on your blocks. Step into downward facing dog. Okay, with your hands on your blocks, it's going to feel a little bit different. It's a little bit more working your arms. We're only going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Let your belly be soft. Let your neck be soft. Let's bring the knees to the floor and have a seat. Good. Okay. Swing your legs around. Lie down on your back with your knees bent. Good. Just going to stay here for a breath or 2. Let the floor hold you up. Just feel that ability to let go right now into the mat, into the floor, into the earth. And we're going to work on some back bends. Back bends are really good for lifting your mood. If you feel depressed or anxious, and it also gives you energy. Back bending gives you energy. If you are having your period and you really don't want to take your pelvis up too high, one option is to put a block or a pillow under here. So it's a slight elevation, but not too much. If you don't want to do that, you can stay here and do and just breathe and rest. I'll give you another option in a minute too. Okay, so if you'd like to work with a block, you can put the block underneath you like this. Tuck your shoulders under. You can hold on to the outside of your mat, or if you you can reach your hands, you can hold on to your hands. Either way, or you can brush your palms down. So the chest is really open here, but still relaxing the ribs. Good. So if you're working here, you can stay here. If you want to do a back bend, but you don't want to elevate your pelvis, you can swing around onto your tummy. Lift your shoulders and your chest and your head and your legs. And come on down. And if you're doing that, you can do that again. Inhale, come up. And if you're on the block, you can stay there. And one more time for people lying on their tummy, people on the block. And now, straighten one leg and reach through your heel. Try to make sure your leg isn't falling over like that. Really reaching straight, evenly through inner and outer leg. And then other side. And if you feel like it would be okay, you can do both legs. Make sure your legs are active. Make sure your arms are active. Step your feet back in. Lift your hips, take your block out, and then everybody come onto your back like this. Your feet are as wide as the mat. Arms out. Let your knees go to one side. Don't bring your feet together. Keep your feet as wide as they were, which is called windshield wipers. And other way. And this is really good for opening up the front of the pelvis, the hip flexors. A lot of tension gets in there, especially when you're having your period. Just making space in this whole lower belly area is so helpful. And then we'll go back and forth a few times. And as your knees go to the right, turn your head to the left. And then other way. So you're turning it into a twist. Very gentle. And then we'll stay in the center again. And from here, bring your hands just underneath your pelvis like this, really just underneath your bum. One knee into your chest, other knee into your chest, and extend your legs up. If they don't straighten, that's totally fine. Slowly circle your ankles. Take your time, big circles with your ankles. And you can do an ankle scan here with your mind. What's going on? Are there nooks and crannies that are tight? Is anything crackling? Good. And then let your heels drop. Reach your legs up. Let your heels drop. This is really good for moving the lymph fluids. The lymph doesn't have its own pump, so we have to do things like this to get it moving. And it especially likes to stagnate in the ankles. One more time, dropping and up and dropping. And then from here, slowly, you place your right foot to the mat. Slowly, you place your left foot to the mat. Open your arms again. We're going to do one more twist. Bring your knees to your chest. This time your legs are together. Take your knees to the right. This is really good for your low back, if it feels tired, if it's getting stiff, and also for your lower abdominal organs and the muscles around your waist, which really don't get that much movement normally, and so it can get kind of congested in that area. And let's go to the other side. Then roll back onto your back. Yogini's choice. You can roll to one side and sit up the way we did before. If you want to do something a little more active, you can crisscross your ankles, hold on to the back of your knees, and rock yourself up to sitting. Maybe you can even do that without putting your heels down. Cross, change, and sit all the way up. And then just tune in for a moment here to how you're feeling so far. On your next exhale, open your eyes. Now let's get the blanket that we were using before. So my blanket was right here, and it was sitting on it with my legs crossed. And this time, you sit with your legs out in front of you, and again, your legs might not be straight, and that's fine. Bring your hands to the inside of your knees. Bend your knees. Open, don't push down, just feel that shape. And then open like this. So this wide leg straddle we did standing. And doing it seated is also relaxing. And yet, it's kind of like does whatever you need it to do. It can be relaxing, but it can also restore your energy if you're really drained or fatigued, sleep deprived. So here we are. Sit up nice and tall. And notice that my legs are really working. You're not just going to let them hang out. Energizing, reaching through the inner and outer legs. Feet are flexed. That helps you engage your muscles. When you engage your muscles, they gain strength. And then begin to walk forward. Again, you might be here. You might use 2 blocks. You might use 1 block. Just see what's available to you today. Also, you don't have to go so wide. It's completely personal. I think in yoga, this is one of the few times in our life, particularly as women, that we can just say, what is working for me without any judgment? Doesn't need to be different. If it was different, that doesn't mean it was better. What is suiting me today? What is nourishing me today? And one of the great benefits, you can stay in your forward bend here for a few more breaths. One of the great benefits of that approach is that we start to understand that we are different all the time. Even when we're not feeling menopausal symptoms or having our period, we're different every day. That's the nature of being a human. And when we start to get used to that, instead of thinking, this is the real me, or that was when I had the right body, or anything like that, we have a lot more, capacity for feeling great, for being, really alive in our life. Okay, this is how I am today. We don't have to keep thinking it should be different. Breathe in and come all the way back up. You can move your block to the side. Then bring your fingers to the inside of your knees. Bend your legs. We're just reversing what we did. From the outside of the knees, bring your legs together and extend your legs out. We're going to, we have time. We're going to do a pose called the goddess pose, which I think is the #1 or #2 most popular pose in yoga. And I imagine some of you have done it. It's also called Supta Baddha Konasana. So if you have a block, you can use your block. If you don't have a block, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use actually a blanket and roll it up a little bit here. And put it right there. Use that blanket. So that your bolster can be on a slight angle. The other blanket, just going to fold in half. I don't want it to be too thick. goes here. Okay? We can put one block there and one block here. And come sit right in front of your bolster. You're not going to sit on it. If you don't have a bolster, you can do the same thing with a few blankets. Fold up your blankets in approximately this shape and just drape them up like that. And that works fine. When I first started doing yoga, that's how we did it. For years, we never had bolsters. And then we did have bolsters. So bring your fingers to the insides of your knees. Bring your legs up and open them. Doesn't have to come all the way in, just somewhere comfortable and workable. And you're right against here. And then lie down. Now when you get down here, you might want to lift your bum and lengthen your buttock flesh a little bit so it doesn't feel sort of jammed up in there. And put your blocks under your legs. Turn your palms up and rest. You might have to adjust your blanket. Of course, if you're cold, you can cover up with another blanket. And you're going to stay here for 5 minutes. You don't have a job to do right now. You can just rest. In this position, you're not being asked to pay attention. You can let your mind float. If you fall asleep, that's okay too. When you fall asleep, it means you need to sleep. This is a great way to do it. Begin to deepen your breathing. Slide your hands down your legs to the outside of your knees and gather your legs together. You can move your blocks out of the way. Roll onto your right side. You'll just kind of plop right down onto the floor. Your right hand can be under your head, just like you're in bed. And then let your head dangle as you come up to sitting. We have one more pose, which is our finishing pose. It's called shavasana. And I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can do it. One is the classic shavasana, where you're simply lying down on your back. I like to put a little something underneath my head. So it's very simple. This is under your head. Your legs should be a little bit wider than your hips. Your arms should be a little bit wider than your shoulders, palms up. Sometimes it's nice, especially if you're not feeling that great or you're having your period, to put a blanket, put a weight on top of your belly or on top of the tops of your thighs, which can also kind of make space in a very gentle way in your pelvis. So this is the first option. And another option is called Stonehenge. You take 2 blocks. Again, you can do this with pillows. Or you can stack up some blocks. And there's the bolster on top. And I'm going to move that in a little bit here. So when I lie down, my legs go up here. You don't want your legs to be straight because it's going to hyperextend your knees. So they should be slightly bent. And this is really nice. And then just let the legs fall open naturally. Again, you can cover up. You could also put a blanket across your belly here as well. It's really, feels really nice, really kind of embracing and comforting. So we'll stay here for just a few minutes. This pose, Stonehenge, which is a variation of shavasana, and the pose we did before that, Supta Baddha Konasana, or the goddess pose. These are restorative poses. These are really good for when you're feeling stressed. They will help lower cortisol, lower your blood pressure, helps the parasympathetic kick in, relaxes the sympathetic nervous system. And these poses can be done on their own too. If you have 5 minutes, you can do a shavasana. After I had 2 hip replacements 3 months apart, and it was really stressful, and I wasn't even admitting that to myself. And I went to the Ayurvedic doctor, and she said, just do shavasana every day. And I did that, and it was very healing for my whole nervous system. Again, just let your mind float. Your mind is like the sky, without center and without boundary. Begin to deepen your breathing. One at a time, bend your legs and place your feet on the floor. Roll to one side. And take your time coming back up to sitting. Use a blanket or a bolster or something to sit on so you can have a comfortable seat as we finish our class. Place your palms on your thighs. Close your eyes. Thank you, everyone. I hope this practice is useful for you and that it will support you throughout your whole life. Hold your palms. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be parted from freedom's true joy. May all beings dwell in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Thank you. Let's bow together.